Oh, good day everyone, and welcome to this week's vlog. And I'm a little bit further away from the camera than I normally am. And that's because my dear wife bought me a selfie stick and one with a remote control, so I can actually hold the camera out further away from me as opposed to being in like this, like I always was. Anyway, we are back on the road again, and we've come down to Collie and to Buckingham Hall, where we've camped a few times before and where I've done some vlogs from before. At this stage we're the only campers here, so we've got the place to ourselves, and I thought it was time to go for a walk just to see what compositions I could find around the area and see how it's changed. Now, some nice light over there, so I'll have to go and investigate that. I'll just take my normal walk, I think, and we'll see where we end up. I'm hoping tomorrow that we might get some mist or fog on the water as we wake up. We'll see. Well, you would know that from previous vlogs and photos that I like grass trees, and we've got a nice little smattering of them here, so I'm going to take a shot and see what we can get from here. Hopefully the sun will come back and highlight them again, just like it did 5 seconds ago. Okay, so I've got the camera set up. I'm just waiting for the sun to come through and highlight these guys here. Of course, it's down the back there if you look. How typical is that? Anyway, just while we wait for that to occur, I'll show you what the composition you can see here, and go through my settings, ISO 100, f11, focusing down here on this grass tree, which is this one here, and 20th of a second, it's just a little over half a stop over because it's so dark. I just wanted to highlight it a little bit, and now I just got to wait for that sun to come out on these grass trees as opposed to the trees over the back there. It's a waiting game. You know what's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen here. All the action is going to be over there, and of course when I go over there, all the action is going to come back here, isn't it? Murphy's Law. I found this little spot here, which I quite like. I like the colouring, tones, and I especially like these trees here. And I'm thinking that I could do a composition that was something along those lines, but maybe in that direction, something like that, to highlight the grass tree and pick up those trees and the beautiful smelling wattle there, and at the same time hide that old water tank. Maybe I'll give that a go. A little bit too much sky up there, I think, so I'd have to crop it. I may have to crop it too far. Yeah, pity. And of course, if I go the opposite way, there's not much there to look at, except for that big old tree there. I'll just do a little wander around here and see, walk around the area and see if I can see another composition. Pity about the water pipe over there. That's a possibility. Alright, let's wander around here a little bit more. Love the bark on these trees. And the view that you get from some of them. Well, maybe there's a vertical there. Something like that. I have to clone out that water pipe or get a little lower. Yeah, that's looking nice. I like that. I'm going to try that one. Right here. Well, no sunshine like I was looking for, but I have set the tripod up fairly low, as you can see, and there's my composition, which if I get rid of the stuff on the screen you'll see a bit better. And I've focused down here about a third of the way into the screen. I'm on F4 at 60th of a second, ISO 100, 2-second timer. The blinkies are on because it's too bright at the top, but we'll take them out and crop it just to get the detail in the bark. And now the sun comes just on that tree in the back. And you see the bark here on this paper bark. It looks pretty impressive. Anyway, one little bush scene, and we'll see what else we can find. Boy, that sun's come out with a vengeance, and I'm making my way back to those grass trees. See if I can't get a better shot, because the one I got wasn't illuminated like I wanted it to. And I waited and waited and waited. Of course the sun didn't come out, did it? And now it has. Just got to remember where I was. Look back that way, that'll give me a clue. Oh yes, it was about here. Alright, we'll give that another crack. Might be a bit too bright. Can't be pleased, can I? Alright, so we formed up a composition with the 70 to 200, and that's what I'm looking at, which I quite like. Got a bit of depth and a bit of light and a bit of darkness, which is all good, which helps create that feeling of depth. I'm on F4, and I'm actually going to bracket this to make sure I get all of the tones. And It's something along those lines. Yeah, we'll put them into the computer and see how they turn out. We'll show you. So every time we come here, I look at this pine tree, and it's got some really good bark on it, and I never figure out how to take a photo of it. So I just love the way that bark looks. Doesn't look too great when I zoom in on this on the phone, but anyway, I've composed a shot that uses this tree on one side and this tree on another side, just sort of in a vertical composition. And if I show you on the back of the camera, I'll get the screen to come back up on, something along those lines. And as you can see, I'm going to bracket the shot to get all the tones and all the shades. 3 shots. There's the bright one. There's the 0 EV, and there's the -1 exposure. So put those together and see what we get. Should be interesting. Well, good morning everyone, and as you can tell, it's a little bit early. It's just before sunrise, and I've come down to the creek to see if I can, or down to the river, to see if I can get any mist on the river. There's the railway bridge, and there is a little bit there, but not much. Well, as you can see, the sun's coming up. I didn't find anything on the river, but I've been eyeing this tree off yesterday, and the yellows and the golds and the greens. It's not the greatest composition in the world, but I'm hoping that that sky up there, which is looking really nice, I'm hoping that's going to light up a little bit, but obviously nowhere near as good as that sky. Anyway, that's very red, but not much of a composition over there, and not much mist on the river. And it looks like this sky is not going to do much either, so it'll be a daylight photo. But the early morning light is catching that tree and the colours. So I'm going to set that shot up. It's a vertical composition, just a very simple one, as you can see. And I hope to catch some of that cloud as well. And you can hear the magpies greeting the day. So while I just raced back to where I was, because I've just been down here there's an old log, and Joanne's down there, and she wanted some shots taken there. But I just saw the colour coming into the tops of the trees up here and here on the river, and I thought I'd come back here and get some with the moss on this old bush in the foreground. Anyway, I think I've managed to do that, but I'm going to take another couple, just to make sure I get it. Well, I think I've got it. I had to do the brackets again to get the definition of the cloud and the highlights on the river. It was just there for a brief 30 seconds or so, and now the light's changed again. Amazing how quickly it goes. And there must have been a bit of cloud on the horizon, right on the horizon, when the sun came up this morning, because the colour didn't come till a little later than it normally would have. So that caught me off guard. Anyway, Joanne's wandered down there, and you watch, she'll come back with an absolute cracker. Unfortunately, she only gets them on her phone, so they're already processed in JPEG, and there's not much you can do with them, but the view's good. She's got a very good eye for photographs. I need to send her out as a scout, and then like I used to, and then I'll go and capture the glory. So look at this pretty little picture that just popped up. The sun came up over there, not where I was expecting it, but anyway, doesn't matter. And look at the beautiful little shot down there, which I've already grabbed a couple of. And I've grabbed them as brackets and as single shots, and you can see on the back of the camera I've got the 70 to 200 on, and I'm at, I don't know what that is, maybe 80 or 85, and I love it when the camera turns off right when you're trying to say something. Anyway, it's working hard, so I'm going to take the brackets off, because I don't think we're going to need them now. And I'll get rid of all that muck on the screen so you can actually see what I'm looking at. So there's the first part of the panorama, and there's the second, which is a pretty little picture in itself. Nice reflections on the water, colours in the sun on the trees. It's looking pretty good, eh? So I'm going to take one more panorama, because I can, vertical, so as I get all the as much of the scene in as possible. Just check the histogram, we're okay. We're slightly overexposed. I like it more like that. That's too dark. Although, having said that, well, we'll take it like that. I've programmed this button here to hold my exposure. A star comes up on the screen, so it won't re-evaluate the scene each time I press the button. So there's one shot, and turn it a third, lock it off so it doesn't move, take another one, and just for good measure we'll add that tree in there, because it's catching some nice side light. You can see here the difference in the exposure if that wasn't holding it in lock. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back. I am going to go back, and I'm going to drop it down, take the exposure lock off. I'm going to drop it down just to get a slightly darker version, because I think those reflections in the middle there are going to be very nice highlighted. So already thinking ahead to how the process shot's going to be. Well, this will be a few more than before shots. Obviously went a little bit wider. Doesn't matter. And now you can see the side light on that tree is almost gone. So I think that's probably enough for yesterday and today, and this week's vlog. We'll see how that all comes together over the next few days, and hopefully we'll get to put it up on Saturday for you like we normally do. So from Buckingham Hall and the Collie River and the reflections and the cool morning, thanks very much for watching. As always, we appreciate your coming along on these little adventures. And if you do stick the distance and go all the way to the end of the video, please give us a thumbs up. We highly appreciate those. And subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed, then hit that subscription button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. And if you have subscribed, all I can say is thank you very much. Your support helps us grow this channel, and albeit very slowly, we're at a snail's pace, but it's good fun, and we hope you enjoy the trips with us as we travel full time in this wonderful country called Australia. All right, everyone, thanks very much for watching. Appreciate your assistance and your being here with us, and we'll catch you in the next one somewhere in Australia. So bye for now.